Come along with me as I travel to Banff and take some fresh air in the middle of a pandemic. Summer 2021 in Montreal was heat wave after heat wave after heat wave. Of course, I wouldn't go anywhere without bringing along some cosplay stuff to work on. I mean, would I even be a cosplayer if I didn't dedicate every living moment of my life to it? I'm joking. The trip was only 3 to 4 days, but we made the most of it, and I wanted to take you guys along with me because I hyped it up so much in the last vlog. This was actually when the number of cases decreased near the end of the summer, so travel restrictions had loosened, but everyone still wore masks everywhere we went. It was overall a pretty smooth flight, and I got to capture this really cool thunderstorm from above to show you guys. Once we got there, we rented a car with a sunroof to maximize the view. This is not a travel channel, but if there's one takeaway from this vlog is that you should definitely get your own car to travel at your own leisure, because the best places that we visited weren't the main attractions, but the pit stops between hikes and the random stops on the side of the highways. For those of you wondering, Banff is pretty much on the other side of the country for me. It's about a 6-7 hour flight or a 737 hour walk, but please don't do that. The first half of the pandemic was not easy for anybody, so I was just really grateful to be here. No matter where I was, I pretty much took out my embroidery kit at any occasion that I could find. It really helped me sit back, relax, and take in everything that was going on around me. There is plenty of fresh air intertwined within these stitches. There was so much to explore, the place was breathtaking, the air was crisp and clean, and I see now why somebody would want to bottle it and sell it. It was forests of trees and mountain peaks as far as the eye can see. The water is actually melted ice caps, so it's actually freezing cold, but if you took a sip, it was extremely refreshing.
They have such cute booties.
And soon enough, we found ourselves back home to reality. Behold Montreal, the city of construction. We came back at a good time because I was starting to run out of thread. So this is our little haul from the trip. This is my original embroidery thread, and we tried to find a matching color, but we couldn't. There wasn't enough of one same color to go with everything, so I kind of just decided to buy a gradient. I'm sure it won't even be noticeable because it's going to be around my feet. I also bought this really nice pale pink thread that I thought I could maybe use for some detailing. I didn't decide yet, so I jumped the gun and bought it anyways. The original copper thread that I started with and the rainbow of threads that you saw at the beginning actually come from an old collection of mine. Way back in the days before my cosplay phase, I used to work for a stay-away camp for children with autism. That was probably the peak hipster hippie phase of my life. And having hair wraps, which is essentially hair wrapped with thread or braided with thread, was like the biggest in thing to have. But that was way back before I knew what cosplay was, what embroidery was. Back when my summer was just about singing campfire songs. People usually embroider using an embroidery hoop, but my horsehair kind of makes it stiff enough that I don't need that. Let me show you my setup. It's like pinned to my mannequin and I just rotate it around as I go. So it's almost 1 a.m. and I've been embroidering for at least the last 3 hours. We are almost done with this first layer of embroidery because I might go back in and add a bit more details, but we'll think about that later because I still have not made up my mind yet. This is where we're at, and this is the end. I have one tiny shell left to embroider. You can barely see the design, but it's there, and I bought way too many thread, so I'll try to find something to do with it in the rest of the projects. Otherwise we'll just keep it for another project. I gotta wake up for school in like 6 hours. I decided on what to do with the details and how to transfer those details onto the dress. Still, at the moment of filming this video, I do not own a Cricut yet. So here we are figuring things out the old school way. If you know a better strategy, please let me know in the comments. But basically, I drew out a new pattern around the old one and poked holes with a needle and transferred those holes as they are gonna serve me as reference points so that I can connect the dots and basically transfer the new pattern onto the dress.
It's definitely long and tedious, but it does the job. The next job though is to figure out the stitching and the thread color.
So I was studying, and you can hear my parents sing karaoke as usual. But what stopped me from studying is actually the mailman. Sorry, the Amazon delivery guy. And he came with a package, but the package doesn't have a name to it. I've not received a gift in a really long time, so this was a pleasant surprise, but I don't know who it's from. Usually they come with like a little letter saying like, good luck Toki from ...
Whoever got me this has clearly seen my vlogs and know my struggle with my own tube of E6000 that dried out.
I will probably hopefully use this before it dries out like the last time. I'm not sure on what yet right now, but I'm sure I'll come up with something. This is usually like one of the stinkiest glues ever. Yeah. So I'll hold back from opening it. For now, back to studying. I thought I knew what I was doing, but apparently I don't. I started off doing this design with the filled in drops. Oh, the color, I kind of changed the design along the way, so I don't know what looks better anymore. On one side, this is more coherent with the shell designs, but on this side, I kind of like the filled in drops, except that it's a bit flimsy, and maybe that's why I didn't try to attempt that again. Maybe I just don't know how to do that right. Of course, this is not the right way to do it. So I think we're gonna opt for this design and hope it turns out nice.
And nice it did turn out, but there's so much more to do. And just like I embroidered everywhere I went on vacation, I also do that in my regular day-to-day, aka at school. I am that weird girl who sits smack in front of the teacher and does her stuff. I am constantly paranoid that I'm distracting others, but it's the only way to keep myself awake. I would normally be munching on snacks for 3 hours, but it's really hard when you have a mask on.
Initially, I thought it was an Amazon package, but this is not how they package their things. So I know what it is because it says it on the package, but it might not be that. Let's just hope it's not a bomb. But who is this? Oh, there's a letter. It's like so professionally packed though. Who is? Thank you for buying Harajuku Culture Japan on Amazon Marketplace. Did I buy myself this? I'm scrolling down in my Amazon history because I know I bought a lot of stuff. 2021, So I really didn't buy myself this. Somebody did buy this for me and there was no note, so I don't know who bought it for me. This is hair wax that was recommended by Hano Cosplay. Hano Cos by Honey. Back last year, oh my god, 2 years ago. 2 years ago. Katsucon 2 years ago, before pandemic. Basically, she gave us like a crash course on how to wig style in the hotel, and she swore by this hair wax. She might have changed products. Maybe she found something better, but it's been 2 years, and I'm finally holding it in my hands. Basically, it's just a hair wax with a very strong hold, so it gives texture to your wigs when you style them so that you can make like those cool spikes, or in general just to help you hold your hairstyle. So I have used this already, like I told you, when Hannah was giving us a crash course in her hotel. So that is why I opted to go for this, because I have had a bad luck of trying other products. I'm excited for this. I know exactly who I want to work on using this. Maybe I'll make a vlog on working on his wig. Yes, I did say his wig. Another hint though, it's reworking his wig. No, it's not Bakugo. In the meantime, ODEs are waiting for me, so I'm gonna get back to that. I don't know if you can hear me because it's pretty loud in the streets, but I just got my first plant baby.
I slowly became a plant mom, collecting small plants in preparation for my moving. Yep, 2 moves amidst a pandemic. And so with midterms, projects, and finals that were on their way too, I didn't have a second to spare for cosplay, hence the 7 months of backlog. So I couldn't resist, and I got another one. I just need to go to school with them now. In the last 5 weeks, if you follow me on Instagram, you probably saw that I managed to finish the skirt and somehow managed to figure out how to finish the top too. I want to take a moment and thank each and every one of you for your continued support. All the gifts, sweet words, occasional checkups on me despite my prolonged absences, I am super grateful for. And a special shout out to my poopsicle for getting me a sewing machine. I've always wanted one, and now I can finally do my own zigzag stitches.
So that's it for the dress. Next time we should be working on, not the hat, but the staff. I actually already started editing that one, so hopefully it'll be out sooner than later. So until then, see you next time. Maybe.
On your pocket.
Which pocket?
Your side. Yeah. Okay. Pocket your side.
He just juked you. Oh,
No, it's okay. Okay.
on the rock. It's on your bag. I'm not trying to be.
Oh my god, it's right here.
It's on me! What do I do?
2 meters.
Is he gonna climb me?
Yeah, it's such a stupid animal. Oh my god.
All the blueberries are in my mouth, sir. None for you, sir.
Good job.
Oh my god, don't climb in my mouth.